Kid, and one of those ones that I feel like you only really love if you had it when you were a kid, if you played it back then. So the story behind this game is that 30 years ago it was Bugs' 50th birthday. So Bugs is getting up there. But the idea is that Bugs is invited to a birthday party in his honor. And all of the other Looney Tunes are upset because they don't get, birthday dinners and stuff. They think that too much attention's being paid to Mr. Bunny here. So they, so while Bugs is on his way to his party, they're all gonna try to stop him. So that's what the driving force behind Bugs is here. Yeah, basically, everybody wants Bugs dead. So, we're gonna try to thwart that with our trusty mallet here. And the thing about this game that's really kind of awesome is it runs at a blistering 18 to 20 frames per second. This game is very slow. I should have just stayed in the center. I jumped super early there. Oh well. That's okay. One of the downsides of this game is that every time you die, it goes right back to the beginning of any individual stage you're in. So they're pretty... It's a pretty punishing death anytime you die if it's not like at the very beginning of a stage. And let's be honest, when would it ever be at the beginning of the stage? Come on. So you'll notice it looks like I'm trying to avoid carrots, and that's because I really am trying to avoid these carrots. Every 10 you get in between stages gives you a bonus game, and the last thing we want to do is play a bonus game. There's Tweety. Tweety is dead, and that's awesome. Yeah, this game will run at 60 FPS when you are in a pipe or when you die, but otherwise it's 18 to 20 FPS, which actually is kind of nice. It lets us do a couple of things. If you watch closely, when I jump off of certain platforms, you'll actually see I'm completely off of the platform. And it's because it gives me an extra frame to make those jumps. But because the frames in this move so slowly, you can actually see it pretty clearly. It can be seen with the human eye. No extra equipment necessary. I only got one of the cornball jumps. That's okay. So I mean, you get the basic idea of how the layout of the game is to this point. I go through the stages. I try to avoid carrots because I'm trying to avoid bonus stages that take up time and, give us one-ups that hopefully we won't need. And we deal with really random enemies. Like there are these cheese balls that roll down the hill. There are these soap boxes, exploding alarm clocks, like there's any other kind of alarm clock, I guess. So here's our first actual real Looney Tune to deal with, and it's Wile E. Coyote. Three swings of our mallet, and away he goes. All right, so luckily no bonus games yet. So, okay, we did our first little, grassland area. So, like any good NES game, we're going to go to a desert world next. We start with our normal grass park kind of area, and then we go to desert immediately thereafter. These things here are called bullet sprinklers. I just wanted to point that out because I think that's an incredible name for something. Bullet sprinkler. You can use your mallet to throw yourself up off of seesaws, which is pretty rad. Big fan of that. Get a little ride on that real quick. I mean, you can see when you step on those blocks that break under your own weight. You can see, the game just doesn't move very quickly. Everything seems to take like a little bit longer than you would expect. All right. All right, so I think we've got our first. Yep. Okay, good. No one-ups. We really don't want one-ups. Getting one-ups is slower than not getting anything. If you get 3 in a row in that little bingo game that they make you play, you get a one-up. If you get 4 in a row, you get 5-up, and if you get all 5 in a row somehow, you get a 50-up, and it takes a very long time to count through all 50. So we're really hoping we don't see that. That's a fun little sequence where the Earth shakes for no reason whatsoever that I've ever been able to discern. But it's nice and disorienting. We're gonna see the dumb hammer here because if you don't slow down at all on that screen, you won't see that hammer. That hammer will despawn. But because I made a mistake and bumped into, one of the. So there's these little like sponge-looking things in the sand. And if they hit you, you take damage. And when you are hurt, you cannot swing your mallet. So that completely breaks everything. Those are 2 really good Tweety fights. Anybody that's played this, Tweety is the worst. When he's hiding behind whatever foreground object he hides behind, you can't hurt him. So what... Most of the fights with Tweety for the quick kills, you're basically goading him into coming out from behind his hiding spot, and then damaging him and knocking him out of that hiding spot so that you can continue to strike him. It's a real pain. Not a fan of Tweety fights. Luckily, I think there's only one left, so that's pretty good. This is a cool trick here. This little, oh, I went directly underneath it. That's okay. Normally you would get picked up by that cyclone and it would just kick you right straight up, no problem. It'd pull you right out of the quicksand. But I screwed that up somehow. First time for everything. All right. No boss, no Daffy Duck, no Tweety or anyone else here, just a bunch of blocks and a giant carrot that for some reason turns into a hot air balloon. Like, I still don't quite understand that part. I mean, you know, I understand that it's Looney Tunes and, you know, logic isn't necessarily the driving force here, but so that almost never happens. You should just be able to walk right over that. I can't believe that happened. That's just unfortunate. Not a big deal. It's basically RNG if it does that. You can jump over it, but I was actually hoping to show off that the way that some of the physics and collision works in this game, it makes it so that sometimes you don't actually have to do tight movement to make very tight sequences, but that's okay. So here we got Yosemite Sam. He shoots at you, but again, three hits with the mallet and no problem. So, all right. Luckily, we didn't trigger that. The whack-a-mole game is even slower than the bingo sort of game that they give you on the other one. So that's good. We'll definitely get one after this. We're already walking into this one with 12 carrots, and every 10 is what we're trying to avoid. The fireball-looking things, if you kill them, they drop hearts. So every now and again, I might grab one of those and try to kill it, just to give myself a little bit of leeway here. I think that this stage here, stage 3, in its entirety, is probably the toughest in the game. It's just really, really brutal. There are a few places where the game can just decide to do damage to you and put you in a bad way. There's Daffy again. You can't interact with Daffy. So in this game, Daffy is just there. He'll hurt you if you walk into him, but you can't hurt yourself. But you can't hurt Daffy at all. But he can whittle your health down. So you'll notice that I got the 3 hearts up top, and they'll change colors depending upon how much health each has. So it goes, red is a full heart, white is a 1-hit heart. If it's a black heart, you've been hit twice. If it's clear, you've been hit 3, and then it just goes away. So some things can do a full heart's worth of damage. Some things can only do 1 of those increments. It's not a huge deal. Most of the stages, we don't really worry too much about our health. We can kind of just tank most things, which is nice because there's no knockback or anything. Like, your iframes just trigger, and then you have iframes. You just can't attack during them. Here's our first Elmer Fudd fight. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah, the carrots only give you access to these, or one of the reasons of why I'll grab certain carrots is because I need them as stepping stones. Once you've collected a carrot, so this stage can be troublesome because exactly what happened there. I didn't get the hit on the hammer on the very beginning, so now my health is very low because I took a full point's worth of damage against one of the lava here does a full heart's worth of damage. So we have to be pretty cautious going through the rest of the stage here. Try not to get hit by stuff if we can help it. And of course we immediately get hit again. And cycles are off. That is one thing. This game is very heavy cycle based. Next hit and we're dead. So hopefully the frog gives us a little bit of help. No luck. Okay, cool. That was great. That jump is actually super difficult. So I'm pretty happy that we survived that because we are 1 HP right now. But we were able to get through that no problem. All right. Final stage in stage 3. That last stage is the one that always scares me. You just take so much damage, and you can find yourself in a bad way. All right. So this frog will jump over me because I'm coming from a low angle. The second one will hit me though, but that's a-okay. So again, the ground shakes for no reason. A lot of the levels are kind of laid out as they're almost mazy. Like they're a bit trying to figure out where you need to go. So, half of the speed run is just knowing where you need to go for everything, and then the other half is knowing how to do a decent job at hitting the bosses because, yeah, I gotta be careful here. Sylvester does a lot of damage if he hits you. He'll do a full heart of damage. Whew. He almost, that was tough. That was close. Okay. So we've dealt with Yosemite Sam, we've dealt with Sylvester, and we've got a few more coming. A few more people you might recognize if you're a fan of the Looney Tunes. So now we're in our, I guess, like sewer or like cavern level, I guess. I'm not really sure what the story is there with this stage. So here we actually walk through that. We actually walk through that clock, and the reason we walk through that clock is that it only does a partial heart of damage. And this is one of those situations where the partial heart of damage is way preferable because these waterfalls actually deal full heart's worth of damage. They really hurt. So ideally we try to limit how much damage we take, obviously, but the waterfalls are one place where we might actually take intentional death leading up to getting to there. Just to minimize, how dangerous those are. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 this time. Okay, nothing yet. Still no 1-ups. We're doing okay. Okay, all right. This isn't too bad. We have had good luck with our bonus games for sure. That was a pretty clean opening there. So here's another one where we jump into that ghost there so that we don't take a full heart's worth of damage from that waterfall. You know, I know that the music isn't necessarily great in this, but and it repeats pretty incessantly, and each of the 4 stages, or each of the 6 main stages, only have one song for each 4 levels. But it's not bad music. It could be worse. I've definitely played games that have worse music than this. Let's see if we get the... Yeah, so you saw how, like, Bugs fell and then he kind of paused there? No idea why he does that. The physics in this game are kind of weird. So here's our last Tweety. And, of course... Yep, if you don't get the first cycle on it, it basically makes fighting Tweety impossible. There we go. That's just the worst. I'm glad that bird is done. We don't have to deal with that bird anymore. Okay. Still really not sure what's with the ghosts here. Like, I don't really know why there are ghosts. There just are. So that's actually a that's a place where if you land on it and hit the seesaw at the same time, it'll actually jump you over and it gives you a speed boost. So you try to do that. It's hard to hit, but you always try. It's kind of luck based. Surprisingly, there's I haven't been able to find a consistent setup for it, anyways. The way that you land on that usually. And we got we jump on our rabbit season sign, and there you go. So far, so good. All right, stage 4, round 4. Now we intentionally walk through that oil barrel so that we can walk through the other section. We walk through that oil barrel to avoid that. Get hit by that clock, and then walk through that mallet, all so that we can get to here, having a full heart and at least 1 HP extra just in case. So here's a section that's a little scary. And it's mostly scary from a speedrunning standpoint, because if you're really trying to do this tight, you're not gonna take damage. You're not gonna catch all of those carrots. You're actually gonna dodge a few of them. But it makes those jumps way tighter. I'm just gonna accept that we're gonna get those carrots this time. All right. This is Pepe Le Pew. And Pepe Le Pew is done. As always, 3 shots of the mallet, and he's out. We don't want him around. He's weird. All right. Now we're in this really nice lush forest area. I don't know why we wouldn't have started here. You would have thought that this is probably where Bugs lives, you know, in the first place. So here we do some cycle manipulation. That there didn't work. That's okay. We'll try that again. It was a little sloppy in the first go, in the first place. So see, I did it again. I don't know why. Things are getting tight. That's okay. I did verify that if you game over, it starts you off on the same stage earlier today, because I can't remember the last time I game overed in this game, but that doesn't mean that I won't today, so. Honestly, you would have thought that we would have gotten a 1-up by now, but we have not. Honestly, these little vines are probably the worst part of this game. Maybe in its entirety. Oh, that sucks. I would have really liked to have kept that. My movement in this stage has been pretty bad overall. I'm not gonna lie. So, what would have been nice is so that terrible music that we were hearing earlier, it gives you a longer jump, and you'll see I can't quite make this jump. It gives you just enough height to make that. Instead, I have to go the long way around, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Hopefully he turns around, yep. Ooh. So a lot of the platforms, even when they break, you can jump off of them. You just have to, you know, be fast enough to do so. You jump there, just try to not hit too many carrots here. Here's another Elmer Fudd. Oh, you. Fearsome hunter. All right. All right, I think we should get another, Hey, look at that, our first one up. Couldn't have come at a better time. But so that sound that it played, and then the 1-up noise, imagine doing that repeatedly. 50 times. That's what the 50-up is, and it's pretty slow, obviously. Oh boy. So there's a fast setup for that, and that was not it. So we're gonna do this a slightly slower way. I'm actually gonna jump over him because I really don't like my health situation at the moment. It is questionable, to say the least. But that's why we, oh goodness. It absolutely ate my jump there. I'm lucky to be alive. Yeah, I'm having some A input issues here. That's, sorry, I'm trying to make sure my A button's still working. It's, that's a little scary in that room. Alright, so we got a big carrot. Oh goodness, I grabbed a bunch of carrots there. I didn't mean to. That's okay. Given our life situation, it's probably not the worst thing in the world to have a few extra carrots. All right, here's our next major Warner Brothers character. That is that's Daniel Craig's character from the movie Knives Out. You can identify him just from the way he talks. Okie doke. So that fight's actually really interesting because if you try to fight Foghorn Leghorn, he's just gonna ignore you. You can hit him a million times; he's never gonna care. So what you really need to do is you need to hit the little, the shrimpy chicken over there. I guess. I guess that's one way to deal with, you know, Foghorn Leghorn. But once you take out the little guy, he just falls off the screen, and that's the end of him. So that's kind of nice. So this is our last stage. This is like a haunted house. You get a little speed boost from riding the cheese ball there before it gets crushed. I honestly, no lie, actually quite like this stage's music. It's pretty cool. You're just gonna walk through Daffy. Plenty of health. And we only have 3 more stages left. We're moving pretty good here. Hey, another 1-up. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay. Stage 2, there's a little bit of tight movement here. We'll see one of these things come flying at us. You're really trying not to jump onto the higher levels in that little area. And here, we're trying to get hit by that garbage can on the right area so that we don't take full damage from the spikes. But unfortunately, we weren't lucky, and we did take a full heart's worth of damage from the spikes. So we're gonna slow it down for a second. And grab a health from one of those fireballs, because what we want to do is we want to go through here, and I didn't want to do that with only with 0 margin for error. That wasn't something I was interested in trying. All right, this is the last time we will see Elmer Fudd. So bye, Elmer. I turned you into glue. Right? That's what we did with Elmer Fudd, right? That's why there's Elmer's glue, right? I think that's how it works. All right, 6-3. This is a pretty tough stage. It has some pretty cool tricks if we can get them to work. So you'll see, I'm gonna jump here. There's a little like weird looking spot on the floor there. You're gonna see more of those. Those are just straight up holes in the ground. They're false floors. Nope. Okay. I tried for it. You can if you get both of the carrots there and land on that clock, you can jump back onto the carrots and save yourself from climbing up the ladder. And it's actually faster. It saves like 3 seconds. It's not my favorite strat, but it does save a good bit of time. I do not like my health situation here, so we're gonna jump up. Again, here, if you don't jump there, you'll fall to your death. Here again, right there. Just gotta know that they're there. They're easy enough to identify, but you gotta know they're there. This is the last carrot in the game. We got it. Well, that's the last small carrot. That's the second to last big carrot. There's one more big carrot. One more big carrot. All right. Final stage. You'll notice there are no carrots in this stage. And the reason there are no carrots is because why would you need to pick up carrots in this stage? There's no bonus round because the game is over after this. And so there you go. So we don't have any of the weird platforming that requires us to collect carrots, which I honestly appreciate. Just go up there. Usually those little like platforms that pop you up are underneath spikes or whatnot, but not that one there. So you can just walk into it and not care. It's kind of nice. Give you a nice little boost. And we pop into that. Okay. Last boss of the game coming up here. This will be the Tasmanian Devil himself. And he's throwing pies at us, but they look like footballs when they come out of his hand. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not going to ask. And this is time now. All right. All right, so Bugs finally gets to his party. All this effort, he had to beat the hell out of all of his friends to get to this party, right? And then he farts in front of all these people that are happy to see him. And it's all these people again. It's these people that, like, what I want to know is why aren't all these guys, like, why aren't they have, you know, Band-Aids and stuff on them. They just all went 9 rounds with Bugs Bunny the champ, and they look fine. Bugs is going easy on them. So that's it. Happy birthday, Bugs, and congratulations. So that's it for me tonight. Stick around. There's more Wednesday coming up. Super excited. Thanks, RGL, for having me. I'll be back later today with more NES goodness, but happy to be here in the early stages of Nest Day tonight. So good night, everybody, and see you tomorrow.